Today, the oil and gas industry is the locomotive of the economy of Uzbekistan. Its contribution to the country's GDP is 16%. Today, such large modern industrial giants of the oil and gas industry as Bukhara Oil Refinery, Shurdan and Ustut gas chemical complexes, Kandim gas processing complex have been put into operation. The Jizak oil refinery complex and GTL synthetic liquid fuel plant are being built, which is the next highest stage in the development of the oil and gas industry. The beginning of a new stage of development was the initiative of the President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, who repeatedly noted the importance of the strategic branch in the development of not only Uzbekistan but the entire Central Asian region. In this regard, the President paid special attention to the Uzbekistan GTL project as well as to the proposal to create the first gas chemical cluster in the Central Asian region based on the Shurdan gas chemical complex in Kashkadarya region. This will look like a grand GTL plant, the construction of which will be completed in 2020 in the Kashkadarya region. This 3D model of the GTL plant gives an idea of how unique technologies for deep processing of hydrocarbons in Central Asia and the entire CIS are applied in the oil and gas sector of the Republic. The scale of the project can be estimated by visiting a giant construction site, the territory of which is more than 135 hectares. But let's talk a little about the history of this project first. Today, only a few countries in the world possess technologies for the industrial production of synthetic liquid fuels. Such high-tech factories are few and far in the world, in South Africa, in Malaysia and in Qatar. And despite the difficult situation in the global economy, Uzbekistan is investing in the construction of a unique plant on the Eurasian continent for the production of synthetic fuel technology GTL, gas to liquid. Thanks to this new plant in Uzbekistan, there will be a unique highly technological production which will make it possible to move to a new level of deep processing of hydrocarbons. The raw material base for the projected plant for the production of synthetic liquid fuel is the purified methane gas of the Shurdan gas chemical complex. Its volume will be 3.6 billion cubic meters per year. The plant will annually produce more than 1.5 million tons of high-quality synthetic liquid fuel, meeting the Euro 5 standard. Also, it includes 743,500 tons of diesel fuel, 311,000 tons of aviation kerosene, 438,000 tons of naphtha, and 50,000 tons of liquefied gas. The project of the plant is based on the use of the most modern gas and oil chemical technologies of leading companies such as Sasol, South Africa, Haldor Topsoe, Denmark, and Chevron Corporation of USA. Uzbekistan GTL is actively working to attract funds from leading international financial institutions and banks of China, the Republic of Korea, and the Russian Federation in order to organize project financing. The project has a new lease of life after the visit of the President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, to the Kashkadarya region. The head of the country ordered the government to take the necessary measures to ensure timely financing of the project, develop a roadmap for supplies of equipment and stage-by-stage construction of the facility, considering the importance of the plant for the future of the country. And he paid special attention to the quality of construction works. At the same time, the president suggested creating the first gas chemical cluster in the region on the basis of the Shurdan gas chemical complex. Within the framework of the project, a contract was concluded with a consortium of leading contractors consisting of South Korean Hyundai Engineering and Construction, and Enter Engineering, Singapore.
We have proud Hyundai has been successfully
Hyundai Engineering Co. Limited have extensive experience in Uzbekistan. We took part in such major projects as the Ustut Gas Chemical Complex, Kandim Gas Processing Complex and others. Based on the successful implementation of these projects, we, together with Enter Engineering, are happy to participate in the creation of another unique plant of Uzbekistan GTL. We're sure that the implementation of this project will raise the Republic of Uzbekistan to a new technological level with the support of the government. Today we are working on detailed design for placing orders for materials and equipment. It is providing transportation and delivery of building materials of technological installations and devices to the construction site. The scale of construction is evidenced by cold statistics and the number of partners of factories of manufacturers of technological equipment and installations. But today, the readiness of detailed design of the plant has exceeded 70%. Its completion is planned in the third quarter of 2018. More than 600 highly qualified specialists of Hyundai Engineering and Hyundai Engineering in Construction are involved in the detailed design and development of this unique project in Seoul and Tashkent. For more than 30%, orders for materials and process equipment with a long lead time have been placed. Dozens of large tonnage columns, compressors, turbines, generators, and many other high-tech equipment for the plant under construction are already manufactured at enterprises in Germany, Italy, France, Japan, Singapore, China, India, Korea, and other countries. In the main construction site, excavation works have been completed completely. The soil has been replaced, the concrete has been poured into the foundation and equipment, more than 20,000 cubic meters, or about 13% of the total volume, has been fulfilled. An underground system of fire safety pipelines has already lain. Today, more than 2,500 people and about 300 units of heavy and construction equipment work here. In the peak of the construction works, it will be attracted more than 8,000 skilled builders, engineers, various specialists and workers. Special unique equipment will also be used here, including the most powerful cranes in the world, with a height of 25-story building with the longest telescopic arm, whose length exceeds 100 meters and with a lifting capacity of up to 1,500 tons. In total, it is planned to install about 9,000 tons of rotary, 40,000 tons of stationary technological equipment, as well as metal structures with a total weight of more than 40,000 tons. For comparison, by volume, these are the 4 Eiffel Towers. In the future, more than 140,000 cubic meters of concrete will be filled, more than 6,000 kilometers of cables will be laid for electricity and communication systems. But perhaps one of the most difficult tasks of the project is the manufacture and assembly of the original heart of the future industrial giant of the unique Fischer-Tropsch reactors. This will be done by the experienced Japanese company Hitachi. The components and constituent parts of the reactors are manufactured in factories in Japan, Korea, and India. The total weight of such reactors exceeds 8,000 tons. For comparison, Boeing 787 Dreamliner weighs only 118 tons, that is 70 times less. Today, work on assembling the welding of reactor vessel housings entered the active phase. Welding and assembly works of the bodies of both reactors with a total weight of more than 1,500 tons were performed. During the current year, Fischer-Tropsch internal parts are planned to be delivered to the construction site. Imagine the difficulties faced by companies in organizing the transportation of such a complex amount of equipment. Today, all possible international logistics routes are practically used for delivery to Uzbekistan. Dozens of complex technological installations and systems will also be installed here. An order was made for the production of the main sets of technological equipment. The project will create additional jobs in the country. A shift camp was built near the construction site for workers for comfortable working conditions. The construction of office premises was completed. Highly qualified specialists work here not only from Uzbekistan but also from Japan, Italy, South Korea, Great Britain, Russia and India. It's been selected FMC consultant for Technip Project Management. Technip is the leading company in the world to implement projects, technologies, systems and services in the oil and gas industry, especially GTL technology projects. This strategic project for the country is included in the category of mega project. This is a special responsibility and this work is carried out by people of different nationalities and different companies. Our team exercises control over this work, as we have a lot of experience in implementing projects of this scale. We are given great support by the government of Uzbekistan and Uzbekneftgaz. We are sure that we'll execute the project within the specified time and within the approved budget. The GTL project in Uzbekistan is a unique opportunity for Uzbek youth to gain experience and knowledge of the international level. With the commissioning of the plant, more than 1,000 permanent jobs will be created. Uzbekistan GTL together with the company Uzbekistan implements a training program for future personnel to work at the Uzbekistan GTL plant. Representatives of Uzbekistan GTL selected the best graduates of universities and colleges in Tashkent, Bukhara and Karshi for further work at the plant. About 300 graduates of higher educational institutions already undergo industrial training at the Shurtan gas chemical complex and the Bukhara oil refinery. To date, the overall progress on the project has exceeded 31%. There is still a lot of work ahead. The work does not stop during day and night on the construction site. Here, usually a team of experienced engineers and managers of all levels responsible for the implementation of this grandiose project gathers. The plant will contribute to ensuring stable economic growth in our country, as well as formation of a new generation of professional cadres in this field. And in the near future, in the second half of 2020, we'll be able to use the most modern, high-quality and environmentally friendly fuel that meets the highest international requirements.